How in the heck is it going, everybody? Beautiful, beautiful, honestly, spring day up here in the Great White North. It is April 19th. Some maybe. I think so. It's a Thursday. I know that at least. Like 45 degrees, sunny. We lost about 4 inches of the 3 foot of snow we got the last couple days. So spring is coming. Might be able to get into the boat probably right around that July, August mark, somewhere around there. But we got some big travel plans, so we'll be going south, getting in the boat. We have four big water trips planned so far. We got a walleye trip, we got 2 lake trout trips, we got a salmon trip, looking at 2 veterans trips, a kids trip, and then hopefully a disabled individuals trip. So we're still getting all the pieces together for that. But before I start rambling about stuff that's not an Ask Hunters for Life topic, let's get into some questions. First question is from our boy, No Reels, No Glory. What is the biggest fish you have ever caught? Okay, we're at a point to where we're starting to, other than this one, we're starting to select questions. And that's not because we're getting too many to handle, but mostly because we're starting to see repeat questions, which means more people are interested in a shout out than actually getting useful information, which is fine. We'll answer this one. Biggest fish we've ever caught, probably a halibut up in Alaska when I was a wee little guy. Sadly, that was before our YouTube time, so there's a picture, but it's lost in the family photo albums. Maybe one day that'll resurface, like my kid lamb picture. But yeah, halibut in Alaska. We've caught some smaller tuna. My dad actually shot with a bow and arrow the biggest carp ever killed by bow and arrow in the state of Michigan, which is like 55, 56 pounds, something crazy like that. Here's a picture of that one. Okay. Our boy, that mystery redneck. This guy's been with us since day one. He'll be with us till the end. Appreciate the heck out of you, brother. What do you think the future of this channel is going at, or what? Okay, that wasn't the question's fault. That was my fault. A little dyslexia kicking in. Where do you think the future of this channel is going as far as subscribers, upgrades, trips, and views? Honestly, I think the second that we started Hunters for Life, and I'm going to say this as selflessly as possible, it's probably going to come across to a couple of you as selfish, but I apologize ahead of time. The second the Hunters for Life idea developed, honest to God, we kind of knew that we were going to be, at least as far as nonprofits go, outdoor based nonprofits, we were going to be the cat's pajamas. We're going to be the biggest deal out there. And here's why. I'm not just saying that, here's why. And this isn't bashing on anyone whatsoever, but a lot of nonprofits target one demographic, whether it be, your wounded warrior. They target wounded veterans, which is great. Your Make-A-Wish Foundation, terminally ill people. It's all just targeting one thing. So we decided, and they do great stuff. They do great stuff. But our goal in the long run is to run like 300 plus trips a year. And eventually at that point, we will have to have a film, at least one photographer, videographer, and somebody to edit the videos, because that's like the majority of the time of days that I put in as editing videos and stuff of that nature. But we want to run as many trips a year as possible. And what's so great about our mission statement is we don't limit ourselves to any one demographic. Yes, we have been doing a lot with veterans this last ice fishing season, but come spring, which hopefully maybe is here, and definitely summer, we're looking at youth, and we are looking at people in wheelchairs. We got a lot of charter captains that have boats that are equipped to be able to accommodate people in wheelchairs. So that'll be great. And even people, I mean, we've taken a lot of Northern Michigan University college students that maybe they've never been fishing, maybe they've never been duck hunting, or maybe they're an avid fisherman, but they grew up somewhere where you couldn't go trout fishing. We like to just expose people to new things. That was an incredible question. That got me fired up. I'm ready to go. And we are actually in the process of we're laying the groundwork for building a Hunters for Life lodge. So in the coming months, all of this stuff back here, aside from these furs, because I love these furs, but I have to tilt my computer because my apartment's sideways. We're gonna have a nice office. You know, we'll be able to put up all the stuff people have been giving us. Shout out to our boy Bait God. Check him out on Instagram at Bait God. All the stuff people have been sending us, which I love all of you guys. I appreciate the heck out of it. We put it all up on the wall behind us, so we're moving up in the world. Next question. Our boy. Okay. I apologize. I'm assuming this is. I actually don't know. It's either Willie or Wiley. I'm going to say Willie Wiley McCormick wants to know, what kind of camera do you use? Honestly, I don't know if I still have it laying around. All our early videos, probably the majority of our videos, were filmed on a GoPro Hero 3 Plus. And then like a couple more generations came by, and I have this whole conspiracy in my head. Same as with Apple products. I just picked up a new iPhone because my other one was a piece of junk. I have a conspiracy that as soon as a couple new generations of things come out, they install things that make the older ones not work, so you're forced to buy a new one. I don't know. It might not be true, but that's how I think. Now we have a GoPro Hero 6. Could be a Plus. I'm not really sure. I have a little piece of camouflage tape on there because we also have a GoPro Hero 5, which is the exact same body camera. So it's like, and it doesn't say anything different, so it's impossible to tell which one's which. And the GoPro Hero 5 is complete booty. So we only use that for select situations where we need a different angle, because you hit the record button, you never know if it's going to record for 10 seconds, a minute, 10 minutes, or actually record for the whole time you want it to. It's hard to say. No problems with the 6. I love the heck out of that camera. We've got this little ditty right here, the DJI Mavic Pro. This puppy was definitely our most expensive camera, but as far as camera goes, it's not that expensive. This thing was only like $1,000. I had a plan. We were going to see some ice fishing videos after this from last weekend. I had, got all the updates and everything installed on here. It took way too long because the drone would either die in the middle update or the controller would die, so it was just this whole big headache. But we had a whole plan to do awesome aerial videography out in Keweenaw Bay, and then we were dealing with 75-mile-an-hour winds and whiteout blizzards, and drones don't fly very well in that. So honestly, the biggest question that we get in regards to people wanting to start their own YouTube channels, everybody thinks that they have to be a professional about it, which I am the farthest thing from a professional, so that should answer your question right there. The biggest thing in today's YouTube society that people want to see is the rise, the come up. People want to see, 0 to 100. I can't believe I said that, but everybody thinks they have to create a work of art on YouTube. And I got this all from the audiobook I've listened to like 15 times in the last 3 weeks since it came out. Crushing It by Gary Vee. Definitely check it out. Everybody thinks you have to create a great video or else you won't get any views. And the truth is, we don't get very many views. And I challenge myself to make videos better every time. But really, you just want to document your process. You want to, hey, I just started this channel. There's videos I recorded from my phone. Almost every single one of our vlogs is recorded from my phone. So it's really just being on a personal level, building a relationship with your audience. And people are going to notice, like my boy Jake Enderby told me, probably the most useful piece of advice I've ever gotten as far as YouTube. Challenge yourself every video to make it a little bit better. And that's kind of what we've been trying to do. This video's, depending on how these questions go, we might get some stuff thrown into the screen around here, hopefully. I haven't actually looked at all these questions yet, but hopefully that helps anybody. If you guys need any help with any social media tips or tricks or anything like that, love to help you out. Don't ask me for a freaking shout out, because after I respond to people, I usually scream at the wall or the iPad or the dog. And the dog doesn't need that. Cooper's an old boy. He's an old pit bull. He doesn't need me to scream at him. So stop asking me for shout outs. Thank you for that question. I rambled on quite a bit about that one, but that was a good question. Okay. Do you think we could ever collaborate and make some vids? That is from Fishing with Wiley and Riley. That channel needs more subscribers. Go check them out. I mean, I don't know where you're from, but I mean, if you're ever in the North Woods of Michigan, I would love to take you guys fishing. If I'm ever in wherever you guys are at, would love for you to take me fishing. You know, shorten that learning curve. That's always the thing. You know, there's so many bad things in the fishing and hunting community, competitiveness, whatever it may be. You know, can't give away my fishing spots, and that's honestly what inspired me to start writing a book like a year and a half ago. Probably like a year and a half ago, which I plan on finishing shortly after graduation, when I can sit down and there can only a couple things on my mind, and it's called The Ethical Outdoorsman. But yeah, if you're ever in the area, or I mean, in the next couple of years, we'll be branching out of the borders of the Midwest, and I definitely can see some collaborations happening in the future. Thank you for that question. This might be a long video, guys. Sorry, I'm getting fired up about these questions. Ever think of bow fishing? And that is from Parker D Outdoors, Moto, and more. That is a mouthful, and more. But honestly, grew up bow fishing. I think I started when I was like 7 or 8 years old with a 30-pound Fredbear recurve. I couldn't even pull it back all the way, and I was legless. I mean, I would hit every fish that I shot at. Literally every fish I shot at, I would hit, but I would watch the arrow bounce back because I was a pansy and I couldn't pull the bow back strong enough. But now I shoot a. Be right back. A Browning Barracuda. The cool thing about this is, as you can see, it is technically a compound bow. Cat's trying to sneak his way through the door, but hopefully don't shoot this through the window. The cool thing is, you know, with most compound bows, you got to pull back to that breaking point before you can shoot. Bow fishing compounds are designed to be able to be snapshot, just like you'd be able to shoot a recurve. So I could pull this thing back, you know, this far if I wanted to and shoot it, or, you know, 3/4 and shoot it, or wow, I'm really out of shape. I haven't been bow fishing in a while. Lakes have been frozen for like 9 months. But yeah, gonna have to throw, as you probably already saw, I'm already thinking how I'm gonna edit this video in my head. There's some bow fishing clips you just saw. Are gonna see something like that. I'm gonna have to hang this puppy on the wall maybe, or shoot a hole in the wall. I don't need to do that. I'm already not getting my security deposit back for this apartment, thanks to a 100-pound pit bull that likes to lock himself in the bathroom and freak out, think he's gonna die and try and eat his way through the wall, and he's about made it. Thank you for that question. Okay. Hey, I was just wondering if I could get a shout out. Once again, we have changed. If you're a company, you have a product, or you're just trying to brand yourself and you're trying to advertise, we will give you a shout out on Instagram for a $20 donation to Hunters for Life. Just, I don't know. If I had to tell somebody no 10,000 times and I rant about it and nothing changes, it kind of just ticks me off. So I'm trying to turn that around. But when somebody asks us for a shout out and we tell them shout outs don't work on Instagram because they don't, and if you want a shout out, comment a question you want us to answer on Instagram or on YouTube, and we will give you a shout out there. commenting the same question you asked me on Instagram, which is, can I have a shout out, does not count. I know you guys already all know that, but if you got a buddy that's thinking about it, just smack him in the head and we'll go from there. Appreciate it. Our boy Aaron Bloom wants to know, what is our favorite gun to use while hunting deers? I've got one right here. Gotta get Mr. Goosey Lucy out of the way. Oh baby, you haven't seen this pretty girl in a while. Could be loaded. Just kidding. Right here's we got a 35 Marlin lever action. Makes me feel like a cowboy every time I hold this gun. I honestly never killed anything with this gun, unfortunately. And that is because where I grew up, we, well, in the town I grew up in, you weren't even allowed to discharge a pellet gun, let alone a rifle, shotgun, or muzzleloader. So it was mostly all, well, it was all archery hunting. But my favorite gun to, well, that would be my favorite gun if I'd killed a deer with it or anything. But as far as deer hunting goes, the majority, well, all of the deer I've ever killed with a gun have been with muzzleloaders. And I don't know, there's kind of, I mean, they're not black, you know, not black powder or muskets or anything of that nature. But I don't know, there's something more rewarding about going out and knowing, you know, you only got one shot, and when you pull the trigger, you get that big cloud of smoke, and don't necessarily get to see everything right away. You gotta wait for the smoke to clear. And I don't think I've missed a deer with a muzzleloader. My dad's watching this; he's gonna call me out on that for sure, because I probably have, but I don't think so. That was a good question. That was a good question. Actually, you're gonna see some deer hunting videos on this channel come next deer season when we get that lodge all up and operating. And definitely a lot of duck and goose hunting videos. You guys already know that. Our boy Mjjr Gaming, do you plan on coming to the UK? You know what, my friend? You buy me a ticket, give me somewhere to stay, I would love to. That kind of made me sound like a dick, but I would honestly love to come to the UK. You know, our Instagram is named Hunters for Life USA because we do plan on having Hunters for Life Canada, Hunters for Life UK, you know, things of that nature in the future. Hunters for Life Mexico, maybe even, I don't know. We're taking over the globe, but it's just not fathomable for me right now to do what a lot of other YouTubers do and spend ridiculous amounts of money to go traveling places, because that is money that we can use to you know, schedule trips, to take veterans, to take kids, to you know, give away free stuff to people for supporting us, things of that nature. You know, I don't spend, honest to God, I really don't spend any money on myself. But who knows? I don't ever say never. I would love to go to the UK and get a different perspective on carp, at least. I mean, over here we hate them and we shoot them with bow and arrows. Some people shoot them with shotguns even. But I'd like to go over there and maybe fly fish for them, or just kind of be immersed in a different culture. I've been watching a lot of Sons of Anarchy, so going to Ireland would be, or not Ireland, going to Ireland would be pretty nifty. Thank you for that question. That was a good one. What is the best crankbait in spring for largemouth? And that is from Leland Cook. Ooh. Honest to God, I don't think I've ever thrown a crankbait in the spring for bass. But I mean, spring, they're spawning, they're in shallow water. I would probably recommend, you know, square bill, maybe something natural, depending on your water types, like a perch colored square bill, or, you know, bluegill pattern, or I don't know. Hit up Gunther Garrett on Instagram. That's where I get most of my bass information from. But for spring bass, our two favorite things are the Senko worm, Texas rigged with a peg sinker up above it, or wacky rigged, because you cannot beat a Senko worm. It is literally the best bass fishing lure ever created. Definitely not the best ice fishing lure ever created, because that is the Haley jig. Number 2 is a flippin' jig or a football head jig with a rage craw in the watermelon or green pumpkin variety of coloration. Can't beat that. I have a bunch of crankbaits, and I know you guys really like our bass fishing videos, so we're gonna do a lot of stuff where it's like, only take a crankbait box out, or jerk baits, or spinner baits, or Ned rigs, or wackies, or only take the stuff that I take out of a mystery tackle box and throw in the corner because I think I would never catch a fish on it. Who knows? We're gonna do a lot of crazy bass stuff in 4 months when everything thaws out. Thank you for that question, Leland Cook. Oh, okay. I'm not. What is your favorite shotgun sheep to use from our snow geese? That is from TC Basson. That could mean two things. Favorite shotgun to use, one that holds a whole buttload of shells. Because most states, it doesn't matter. As many shells you can fit in your gun, you're allowed to shoot, and it's just probably like the most relaxing, like meditative state when you're in a layout blind and you pop up and you're with like 8 people and everybody shoots off like 13 shells within a matter of like 7.5 seconds. It's just great. I hear it in my dreams. If you were saying shells, we were shooting a lot of 3-inch to 3.5-inch 2-shot to BB, and it was rather effective. Thank you for a snow goose question. I always love to throw snow goose clips in the mix around here. If you guys like this, check the link down in the description. We have 3 episodes from our epic snow goose hunt down in Mountain City, Missouri. Check them out. Watch them 100,000 times. We need more views on those videos because I watched like 40 hours of footage to put those together, and they have like 12 views. Thanks, guys. That was a good question. Don't be offended by me calling you out on your spelling because my autocorrect doesn't get all the stuff that my eyeballs and my dyslexia screws up when I'm talking to people, so it's all good. What's the biggest buck you have killed? Not very big at all. I've actually only ever killed 1 buck, and I would have killed a lot more if I would have never been introduced to duck hunting. But here's the buck I killed. Don't make fun of me. I look like an idiot in that picture. What is the lost exciting hunt you have ever been on, and why? That is from our boy Nuke Kidd. Come on, brother. We've been together for a while. You gotta pull your spelling together. No, I'm just playing. I would have to say an Arizona bear hunt, and it was with dogs, which I know some of you guys are probably against that. I was against that before I did it. Literally flew out there with no idea what to expect, and got there and just seeing how the dogs worked, and how much, or just learning how much time and energy and effort and money went into training these dogs, and seeing how happy they were when they finally got their prize. It was just a complete 360-degree mind shift, and honestly, I would definitely go on a hound hunt for bears again. And just being for one, when I flew there, I didn't even know they had mountains in Arizona. I was mistaken. I flew in the night before the hunt, drove up to like 10,000 feet elevation, slept for like 45 minutes, drove right to bear camp, which was like 11,000 feet elevation. Hunted that morning, just drove around in the truck doing the gnarliest freaking 2-tracking I've ever even imagined, and then got back to the camp, which was awesome. But then when I tried to walk from the first time I'd walked all day up there, tried to walk from the camp to the toilet, which was a tree, multiple trees, take your pick, it's pretty cool. Felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. So now I know if I'm going to a hunt in elevation, I need to go early and allow myself some time to acclimate. So yeah, most lessons you gotta learn the hard way. At least I do, but you still learn. All right, everybody. Well, this was a little longer video. If you made it this far, you guys are all near and dear to my heart. Appreciate the heck out of all of you for supporting us. Shortly after you see, if you watch this video, if you have post notifications on, you watch this video right away. Shortly after this is the 6,000 subscriber giveaway. And we just went and ordered more t-shirts today. We're currently 100% out of larges and running very low on mediums. And that seems like the size that everybody is. We've got a plethora of XL to triple XL. So if the giveaway happens, which it should in like the next very short time period, if you're a medium or a large, just be patient, because it'll take like a week or so to get these t-shirts. Been talking for a while. We got big plans. We're going whitefish fishing. I was about to say whiteys fishing, but you got to be grammatically correct. I said it anyways. We're going fishing for whiteys in the morning, and then Saturday morning there is rumor that we're going Laker trout fishing through the ice, because like you have already heard me bitch and moan about for quite a while now, winter doesn't want to leave. We've got 4 feet of ice everywhere. I got my boat in the driveway. I still got the shrink wrap on it. But thanks, guys, for your support. We are coming out with new Hunters for Life t-shirts. We will keep you updated on that. But all I really want to ramble on about, if you made it this far, you're probably already subscribed. If not, hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up, thumbs down. To the one of you that has been thumbs downing all of my videos, appreciate the heck out of you, because you still got to watch it to thumbs it down. Thanks, everybody. Happy adventure.